If you buy a product that you had no intention of buying, then you've not saved yourself money even if it was a bargain. You have spent money. Hi, I hope you're all well. If you're new around here, hello, it's lovely to meet you. And if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is ALANNA, I'm a 36-year-old lady living in Scotland, and that is where my accent is from. And on this channel, we predominantly talk all things beauty, hair care, skincare, lifestyle, travel, vloggery bullshit. But with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm and some might say cynicism thrown in on top. Now, I do like a sweary word on this channel. If you're not into curse words in general, that's absolutely fine. Please feel free to vacate, but if it is your cup of tea, there's a subscription button in the corner. Give it a wee thumbs up, all that other YouTuber crap. Now on today's video, this is going to be an advice video with regards to Black Friday. It is my almost precursor because I am going to put up a video with all my Black Friday baskets and things like that. So basically this is going to be a video just giving you a little bit of advice as to what you should do around Black Friday, how to avoid spending when you don't need to, and all that other kind of stuff, because I know I am a little bit of a shopaholic too, and I do fall foul to some of these things sometimes, so let's just get into it. So first of all, let's just start getting into the festive swing of things. Look at my mug. Is this not so cute? It also has a little pattern on the inside as well, but I need to drink my hot chocolate before I do that. So I am aware that in the world, we probably consume a lot more than we need to. We probably buy a lot more than we need to. And especially for someone who is putting lots of beauty and skincare and all that kind of stuff out into the world, I need to be aware of, to tell people, if you don't really need it, don't buy it. Absolutely. I am not somebody that buys every single item. I know there are people out there that when new launches happen, they jump on every single one of them. I am not one of those people, and it probably makes me one of the worst YouTubers in the world for that reason, because I cannot keep you up to date with the latest releases from every single brand. And that is simply because I cannot afford to do that, but also I am not going to try products that I just know from the description or seeing other people's reviews is not going to be for me. So when Black Friday rolls around, I feel like it's something that's only really came about in the last decade here in the UK. I'm trying to think the first time I ever really seen the proper, whoa, pushing people out the way in fucking Asda to get a flat screen TV. I want to say that was around about 2012 to 14. I seen that happening. We had never heard of Black Friday before. In the UK, we have the January sales. We have the Boxing Day sales, the day after Christmas. We have the January sales. People go fucking wild for them. That was always the time of year when you got sale, sale, sale. They've become a little bit too now, but Black Friday came in, I believe it's post-Thanksgiving, is that right? And then you get the cyber stuff on the Monday as well, right? And I feel like it kicked off in the UK a little bit, but in recent years, it has really dwindled. I think it has really become something that, yeah, we all get excited about Black Friday, but the deals nowadays are pretty few and far between. And I say that in the sense of, if you are scrolling and you see something and you think, oh, that's a good deal, I'll buy it, and you are buying things that you just do not require, then you are not saving yourself any money. I have said this time and time again, it will not be the first time you've heard me say it if you've been here for a while, and that is, everybody's idea of a bargain is different. If I think saving a £5 on something is a bargain, great. If I think saving 100 quid on something is a bargain, great. But let me tell you something, if something starts off at 500 quid and you're getting 20 quid off it, or something starts off at 10 quid and you're getting a £5 off it, clearly the thing at 10 quid was the better deal. You get 50% off of that item. But you have to look out for certain things as well, like how much has the product been throughout the year. Now, anybody out there that watches morning TV or daytime TV in the UK, I was watching this morning. Yeah, I seen it. And they were talking about an article or a report that Which had put out, and Which are the people that give you feedback and all the kind of, like, if you're looking for reviews on the best computer, the best TV, the best laptop, the best camera phone, the best place to fucking eat sometimes, I think, whatever it is. It's not TripAdvisor, but you get the point. Now, what they said was that Which said, when they looked at everything 6 months before Black Friday and 6 months after Black Friday and looked at the average prices of certain things when they come down on Black Friday as a deal, then something like 1 in 7 of them were an actual deal. 1 in 7. That's not so good. Like, that's not great. So here's what I try and do around Black Friday. First of all, have a think about what it is you are looking for. Don't just go on and scroll on the Friday and add things to the basket, jump off the cliff, and you don't even know. Just stop yourself right there. Because you're going to spend money that you weren't needing to spend. If you buy a product that you had no intention of buying, then you've not saved yourself money even if it was a bargain. You have spent money. If you have a product that you thought, I had my eye on that, I've been interested in that brand, that might be something I'd be interested in or will be useful to me, and it then goes into a sale, then you've saved yourself money. Because you were maybe going to buy it anyway, and you've saved a little bit of money on the top. Now, I might just be teaching my granny to suck eggs here. You will all know this already. But be mindful. Now, I have been doing this for a couple of weeks now. I have been adding little things to my baskets. That video will be coming, don't worry. And I will put things in my basket and wait and see if on Black Friday they drop in any price, if there's any really good codes or offers to use alongside it, or influencer codes or offers to use alongside it. Also, build up your codes. If you are allowed to stack them on top of each other, do it. That would be a huge bit of advice from myself. If you can stack codes, do it. What are those people called in America? Coupons? Is that what they do? Like coupon counters? Or there's a name for it. I'm sure there is. Do it. Because if you can stack those codes and get yourself more of a discount, if you can register for a 10% off your first purchase discount and you get it in your email, do that too. Do it any way you can. Get yourselves the discounts and just keep an eye out. You do not necessarily need a vault of lipsticks. And at this time of year, I feel like it's things that are Christmassy gifts, certainly in the UK, that all go into the Black Friday sales, like vaults of stuff, whole kits of stuff. Now, if you're somebody who has a large family or you know a lot of people that really love a certain kind of product, like let's say lipsticks, blah, blah, blah. If you know that you have a lot of people to buy for and you want to buy for them, then buying a set like that might be a really good idea because you can break it up into different things, give people the colours they like, blah, 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 keep whatever you want for yourself. I always find that's a little bit more personal touch rather than buying a big set and giving it to one person, because no person needs 24 lipsticks in 24 different shades of the same formula. It's just not required. And I don't think I would be thankful if anybody, now that sounds very like unappreciative, but I don't know if I would need that. I really don't. So I'm not going to be buying that. But I do love a mini. I love a mini. And again, I know people will disagree with me on this one because people feel like minis are not bang for your buck. You aren't getting as many pounds for per mil and stuff like that as a full-size product. You're spending a little bit more money. However, in my book, if I get a miniature lipstick that I work my way through, that has been a better spending of my money than buying a full-size product that I only get halfway through and then have to bin. Do you get my gist? You don't have to agree with me on that, but I feel like I like trying mini sets. If there's a brand that I've had my eye on for a while, I quite like what they're doing, and I think I don't want to jump in and buy some full-size stuff, but I would like to have a little bit of a taster of the brand, then I might be looking at stuff like that. But all these kind of Christmassy gift things, they are probably going to be in Black Friday prices. But also, again, because here in the UK, if there's something, and you see, I think there was one that I saw from Boots, it was the Origins set, Origins set, and it was a star gift set. That has been a Christmas release. That is not going to be the same price after Christmas. So okay, at the moment, maybe it's got a 30% discount on it and you're looking at it and thinking that looks really good. If it's for yourself and you're not buying it for a gift for anybody, my advice here in the UK would be wait and see what happens in January. Wait and see what happens on Boxing Day. Because see, like Boots is the perfect example. See when you go into Boots, I want to say it's the equivalent of like a CVS or an Ulta or something like that, wherever else you are in the world. It's got lots of pharmaceutical brands. It sells medicines, it sells like bandages, it sells pharmacy stuff, but it also sells very high-end luxe products and it sells kind of middle of the range drugstore products. Now, they have got their 3 for 2 gifts at this time of year, right? You go out on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, I am telling you right now, those 3 for 2 gifts will be discounted, some of them up to 60 to 80%. I see people, when you go out in January, and it's the January sales, I see people scooping them up to buy, to put away for next Christmas. Because the price of them is so exorbitant. Exorbitant? Is that a word? I know what I'm trying to say. It's just so much larger than it needs to be. So are you really getting a deal? Think about it that way. As I said already, don't scroll. And I am guilty of it. I am very guilty of it. I scroll all the time. But try not to scroll and be like, oh, that looks like a good deal, especially if it was something that you were not looking for in the first place. Do your research, basically. And I know it takes a lot and people like prefer the kind of buzz of it. Personally, me as a shopper, I am going to spend more money when I am in a shop. If I am in somewhere and see things and I think, oh, that's a discount if I buy 3 for 2, blah, 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 I'm going to probably spend more money doing that than online. For me, online shopping, yeah, it's a must-have, especially in this day and age, but I don't get the same buzz out of it. It's also something like, if for instance I was able to touch something, to swatch something in store, I am much more likely to put it in the basket if I like it. If I am unsure of it on an online site, then I am probably not going to be putting that in my basket. And that is just me. That is the way I shop. That is my personality type. I don't really like taking risks like that. Don't get me wrong. I might fill my basket full of stuff, whether it's clothing, whether it's beauty stuff, skincare, whatever it may be. I mean, fill a basket, right? But it doesn't mean to say that I'm going to check that basket out. And sometimes that buzz is enough for me. Just having a little scroll, put it back down, and that's enough. But by saving those baskets, if any of the discounts do come in, then, I might actually think about it, think about the purchase. Another thing I would say is there's obviously these bigger companies like Cult Beauty, Sephora potentially. I've not really looked at them. I'm not a big Sephora shopper, if I'm honest with you. But Cult Beauty, Look Fantastic, all these other kind of things. As I've said already, stack your codes if you can. But keep your eye out because smaller indie brands are much more likely to give you really good deals. Because they are smaller, they want more custom, they've probably got a little bit more interesting things going on. So keep your eye out for smaller indie brands. For instance, one I was thinking off the top of my head was Lethal Cosmetics. I haven't bought from them for over a year, but I know for a fact they are now on Beauty Bay, and I could obviously order through Black Friday via Beauty Bay, but they usually do a really good deal over the Black Friday season, Cyber Monday season. So keep your eye out to check out on the actual websites of brands that the product is from. Another good example of that is I have seen the Katie Jane Hughes Spectrum brush set everywhere. I think originally that came out around about the £200 mark, and that was a good few years ago now, but the brush set is still going strong. It's a brilliant brush set. I would highly recommend it to you. However, Cult Beauty at the moment are selling it for, I want to say, like 130 or something like that. Beauty Bay have got it on there for like 118. However, on Spectrum themselves, they have the brush set, the smaller brush set for like the 11 piece. They've got the 2-piece face brush set. They've got the towel and all that as well. So it comes as like a whole collection of all this stuff. And at the moment, I think it's on for 130. So the deal is better with Spectrum. Now don't quote me on this, but you could then take an affiliate discount as well. I do have one with Spectrum. If you want to use it, please feel free to do so. You don't have to. But if you are able to stack that on top of the Black Friday one, you're better buying it from the brand themselves. I would always check out the brand themselves first. The other bit of advice I could give as well is, these little live chat boxes where you can speak to people? Be cheeky. Be absolutely cheeky. Go on there and say, oh, I've had my eye on this for a while. I was hoping it would go into the Black Friday sales, but still not quite as low as I thought it would be. They might give you a 5% discount. Might not be as much, but they might give you a little code. Here's a little code. On you go. They might not, but what have you got to lose, is the honest truth. Just ask them. Why not? What have you got to lose? Now, as I was saying, I am much more of an impulsive shopper. I do in-store shopping a lot worse than I do online. But also think about what it is that you want. For me, I have zero interest in the latest iPhone, iPads, Balenciaga trainers, or whatever it is. If you're looking for that kind of thing around about Black Friday, then you might, technology type things, you might get really good deals. Personally, for me, I'm like, I could give or take it, really. And as I said, try and look online to see what the price was 6 months ago. There are websites specifically that you can do that on. Again, they mentioned it on this morning. I didn't take note. But go on and look at what the price has been over the last kind of 6 months and the 12 months following Black Friday. Because if you're looking at something that is £30, right? And 3 weeks before, let's say October, they raise it to £40 because on Black Friday, they're going to drop that to £25. Do you know what I mean? So you think you're going from 40 to 25. Huge, huge discount. But actually, the majority of the 12 months of the year, it sits around about £30. You're saving a fiver, but is it as good a deal as it looks? That's all I would say. Just be aware of that. And as I have said a million times, don't buy something if it's just, you see, don't jump off the cliff. Don't jump off the cliff. Give it some thought. Give it some real thought about the things that you are thinking, I've had my eye on that for a while. I am also someone that doesn't jump on every single launch. I've already mentioned that. So if something is coming out and you think, oh, new launch, I need to jump on it, just wait. just wait. Give yourself a month. That's what I would say. Give yourself 6 weeks if you can. But if you're still thinking about that in 6 weeks' time, fine, revisit it, look at it. Maybe in January it'll be cheaper for the January sales. You don't know. Maybe you'll get a different discount at a different time of year. But if you have managed the month of the 6 weeks without it, did you really need it? I am not saying don't buy it. Not at all. I am guilty of it myself. String me up. It's fine. I know I am a shopaholic. However, I am not someone that will just jump on something because a brand has released it. I think it took me at least 6 months to a year to pick up some things that Vive released initially. I did buy from the brand initially when they came out 3 years ago, but there was a few things I was like, just going to sit on that, just going to sit on that. And then I think it was probably the palette. I don't think I got the palette the first launch. I'm pretty sure I didn't. And now I own the Essentials palette and would highly recommend it to you. I use it frequently all the time, but I didn't jump on it the first launch. If you can resist that, it'll do you the world of good. Just stop for a second. And I give you the same advice for Black Friday. If you can resist it and wait to Cyber Monday to see if there's a better deal. But if you can wait to the January sales, I would advise to do that. If you are not in the UK and you don't get the January sales, I don't know how it works elsewhere in the world, then maybe, I don't know what to tell you. Wait till the spring sales, I don't know. But if something as well, I would say is limited edition in the sense that, like, Charlotte Tilbury this year has joined up with Elton John and the packaging is all like fucking sparkly stars and all that kind of stuff. I actually think it's quite a nice launch. I'm not too sure what Elton's got to do with makeup other than glam rock type situation, but it's a little odd. However, I think that the proceeds, like the money being made from it, is going to an HIV charity. I think it's very, very good. And I think that the packaging looks really nice. It's very Christmassy. I get it from that kind of thing, and step into Christmas, all that kind of stuff, right? I get it. So I think things like that are quite nice. And if you need that limited edition packaging, then fine. I own one from Vive, the Bite lipstick from Vive, and it is in the little leopard print packaging. I'm so glad that I own it. However, the interior, the lipstick, is also limited edition. It is not a colour that you can readily buy on Vive, and that is why I'm really thankful that I bought it. If brands like Charlotte Tilbury, I know, what was the recent one? The fucking Tinkerbell one? Blah. Sorry, I'm not a Disney person, but you know, just not me, not for me. But if you are buying something because it's limited edition packaging, you're probably going to pay more than if you bought it in the normal packaging and it's the same colour. So think about that as well. Just a little bit of advice there. My other piece of advice would be, and I'm pretty sure you'll see this in my Black Friday video, buy things you know you use up. It's nice to buy yourself a nice lipstick. It's nice to splurge and see, oh, that colour looks nice. If it's a bargain to you, then buy it. What I use Black Friday for is normally to see, as I say, put things in my basket. If it comes down in price and it looks decent, then I'll buy it. But what I do a lot of the time is buy things that I know I readily use up throughout the year. Like cleansing balms, serums, moisturisers, eye cream. Things that I know I use up and I complete them and they go in my empties basket. I'm not going to lie and say that I don't buy lipstick and things, because I do. I absolutely do, and I treat myself. But am I going to get through 4 or 5 lipsticks in a year? Even if I was wearing one every single day, would I manage that? Is that something I have to set myself a task to do next year? I don't think I would. I am not wearing lipstick every single day of the year. I am not wearing foundation every single day of the year. I am not wearing liquid liner every single day of the year. So just think about what it is that you need. I know that I've picked up previous years things like really colourful cake eyeliners, but they are not going to go bad. They are not going to go off or anything. They're water activated. They'll stay fine for ages. I've still got a couple from 2 years ago Black Friday, and I basically use them during the summer because I like to do more colourful things in the summer. Another one that might be okay to buy a couple of is mascara, because you do go through that a little bit quicker. I know I do. That is something that I wear pretty much every day. And as I say, moisturisers and stuff like that. So anyway, that's where this video is going to finish. It was pretty short and snappy, hopefully a little bit useful to you. I will be putting up a video with all my Black Friday kind of bits and bobs. So that's where I'm going to leave this video. I hope you're all having a lovely time today, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.